You're watching Talking About Orks.
With just a little bit of 5th edition left to go, we can talk about a combination which is probably going to survive through 6th edition, which of course is Snikrot being able to carry an independent character with him. The rules might change, but they might not, and I'm really hoping they're not. So let's talk a little about what the tactics are involved with putting an independent character with Snikrot. Which I do all the time. First and foremost is when you come on, especially Gazgul is in mega armor, so he's slow and purposeful, which means you have to roll for terrain when he comes on. But being an independent character, he has move through cover, as do the commandos, so you always get to use 3 dice when you're moving, which matters a lot. Because if you do happen to roll triple ones, you will lose both Gazgul and Snikrot because they're on 40mm bases, and according to the latest rulebook facts, they will not be able to come on the table and are destroyed. You'll still have the rest of the commandos, but you'll lose these 2 models. So having 3 dice instead of 2 really reduces the chance of this happening. It's not impossible. We've all done it, but anything to reduce the chances is a good thing. Even getting a 2 is enough to make sure that everybody survives. And then, of course, mega armor completely ignores is ignored when you're running, so if you wah, you're automatic 6 inches for Gazgul, which gives you a pretty good assault range coming in from the edge.
Comes on 6 inches.
So, how do you want to use these guys? Well, there's 2 types of missions, the kill points and the objectives. So when you're placing objectives, you really need to think about where these guys are going to come on, where you want these guys to come on, and if you can go after an objective. So you always want to, in capture control, you always want to place an objective within 12 inches of a table edge, preferably where they're going to have something there to hold it, but maybe not much, like 1 tactical squad or something you can come on and just obliterate and clear off an objective. So placing objectives is you have to think about it when you're using the combination, the objectives and these 2 guys. So placing it in within 12 inches of the table edge. Place it there, exactly 12 inches from the table edge. And you want to try and put about in the middle, preferably on both sides. That way, no matter where you're going or where your opponent's going, you can always strive for an objective, or try to clear off an objective, more importantly, or contest, depending on, of course, when they come in. So let's say they come in from reserve. Okay, I roll a 6 for movement, and then 6. I get my law 6, and whatever here is just going to get obliterated. Well, mostly going to get obliterated. I do not. So, and when you're doing roll dice and tie, choose ground. When you're doing capture and control, or roll dice and tie, no matter where this objective is, you're probably going to be able to reach it. They might have a lot there, they might bubble wrap it, but they're probably going to have to. Depending on the army, of course, something like IG is going to sit back and bubble wrap it with tanks and guys. You will eventually be able to shoot down shoot through the bubble wrap and get to the meaty bits towards the objective. That's pretty much what you have to do. But what it does is it puts pressure on his objective, which is just suddenly there. So that takes pressure off everything else in your army. And that's what these guys are really good for, is taking the pressure off. These are my speed. If you're running all foot flogging, these are your speed. You don't need to run across the table, because these guys will show up there instead. So you can count these as part of your flying across the table to claim or contest objectives. So that's what they really do. They're really good at that. Now, if you're playing kill point, it changes a little bit, because you realize you can have two kill points here. So they have to be able to get 2 kill points back before they die. So that's what you got to think about. Is all you care about is an even trade. You can get 2 kill points with these guys, which usually isn't a problem, especially if you're going after vehicles with the strength 10 and the strength 6 for 3 rolls to hit. You have a pretty good chance of taking out a couple of vehicles. And then if they die, you know, it's a fair trade. So you got to look for your opportunities to get those kill points when you can. So those are some key points when you're thinking about putting an independent character with Snikrot. Now you got to remember, according to the rules, he has to stay with the unit on the turn they come into play, and can't leave the unit until next turn. Which normally I've never really had to worry about, because either they're in combat or all the commandos die and Gazoo's by himself, and off running around killing things all on his own, which he does do quite nicely. So I think that covers it. This is really a potent combo. I imagine Mad Doc would be as good, because he's still got a strength 10 power claw, and he gives the unit feel no pain, and you can give them cyborgs too. So now the commandos come from just a nuisance to an absolute pain in somebody's butt that not only do they have to deal with, but they probably can't deal with. Just more to think about. So that's going to be covering it. I said this combination should last through 6th edition. I don't think they're going to change the rules that much. And I'll talk to you guys later.